Hey everyone, Zach here. Having just watched the second episode of Voltron Legendary Defender's fourth season, Reunion. I'd say this is one of the standout episodes of the series so far. It's another part of Pidge's personal character arc, having further researched her brother's escape, trying to form contacts that could help with information over time. She finally goes out on her own with the Green Lion in hopes of actually finding him, meeting back up with him if he's still out there somewhere. I think this is the third episode that's solely on Pidge. First season is part of the retaking of the Castle of Lions. It was sort of a showcase of her paladin skills and flashbacks to her family life. In the second season, there was the episode of her being marooned away from her teammates. I don't think there was really any other backstory given in that one, but still provided a good story for her to think on her feet, really exercise her technical skills and whatnot. And with this one, it's kind of a combination of those. Sort of a good encapsulation of who she was on Earth and who she's become as a paladin. And along the way, there's quite a few interesting, like, mini adventures dealing with a shady shopkeeper, helping out a rebel cell against a Galra attack. And really just step by step trying to locate her brother. That'll hopefully then lead to the next stage of them finding their father and, just finding closure there. There is quite a bit of fun in this one, occasional bits of humor, especially in the beginning when she's leaving and talking to the other paladins. Some fun little bits of action. But overall, quite dramatic. I mean, not just, in her personal journey, but the other people she encounters, the external situations that she faces. And of course, quite a few really well done flashbacks to show the dynamic between her and her brother Matt. It's sort of a family of, like, knowledge seekers and, like, insultingly nerds, but they still embrace, what they're interested in. Figuring out codes, learning technical stuff, preparing for, well, at least for Matt at the time, joining his father and exploring space. It was really good family bonding shown. Admittedly, I'm an only child, so I don't know quite how poignant the sibling scenes could connect to viewers, but I'm pretty confident they resonate quite strongly. And I won't say in what emotion, but I did cry at a scene in this episode. That's one thing I'd say about this being a standout episode. It's an overall enjoyable show with drama, comedy, action, heart, but this one's kind of a good encapsulation of that, and it got me here. And there's the thing I was kind of wondering about, because there's been a couple bits of exploration of this, like with the King Alfor AI, but there hasn't been a ton of examination of the loss of the Altean people, now that really affects Allura and Koran, apparently being the only two surviving members of their entire species. While we've gotten quite a bit of focus of Pidge's character arc of looking for her family. And this kind of brought me to kind of compare like the magnitudes of the loss, or possible loss. Of course, there are, campaigns of genocide, of widespread destruction that people have lived through against their race, religion, things like that. But not really on the scale, but sensibly, not on the scale of the entire species. And even in such tragedies, it's usually sort of more impactful thinking of the direct connections that have been lost. Friends, family, the people that closely raised you and helped you discover who you want to be. I kind of thought of that as kind of like Superman and Batman's losses, regardless of your stances on which character you like more. We can't as easily connect with Kal-El losing pretty much his entire species, but there are plenty of people that can connect with Bruce Wayne losing his parents. And while, of course, this isn't a tragedy that Pidge witnessed firsthand, she's still looking for them. The Kerberos accident wasn't broadcast live, and she thought she saw them die. So there's not quite the same connection, but it's still, kind of small scale, but more impactful tragedy, debatably more impactful tragedy of losing people you were very close to versus, your entire civilization, your species. In terms of magnitude, it kind of contrasts with the psychological storytelling kind of approach, but nevertheless, I'm still wondering if there'll be further exploration of the loss of the Alteans, even as Pidge's journey continues. Also, we got an interesting new enemy in this episode, a bounty hunter of some sort. Kind of looks like a humanoid iguana, and connecting interestingly to Pidge's weapon, he wields two energy whips, So that might have been a purposeful design parallel. And even if this is his only episode, that little arc will probably continue because someone had to hire him. Also, I'll leave on the pretty impactful note that is actually shown at the end of the episode, but doesn't really lead to a story spoiler thing. Pidge's glasses are actually Matt's. I don't know if that was noted previously, but yeah, she doesn't actually need glasses. Matt no longer needs them since, while at the garrison, I guess he got some procedure that corrected his sight, and she's worn them as a keepsake to keep herself going. So, like I said, very much a standout episode for this series, I'd say. At least for single character explorations, it might be hard to top this one. So, that is that. See you in episode 34. Wait, no, sorry. Is that it? Yeah, it's it. Sorry. Yep, see you in episode 34.